Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 got tons of new updates with a bunch of scrap content just revealed to us, some new secret messages hiding in trailers nobody has found yet, more new info and theories about the upcoming Smiling Critters, updates on a Chapter 2 remaster, and even more rumors and updates on Huggy Wuggy coming back in Chapter 3. So first, starting with the Chapter 3 cut content, if you didn't know, over on the Poppy Devs Twitter, they've recently posted a couple different concept arts for houses based on the Smiling Critters Dog Day and Catnap. And looking at the Dog Day one, we could see he had a few different colorations of the house that all remain pretty similar to the final version we saw in the Smiling Critters cartoon. And they even showed us some concept art for a Catnap house that is meant to look like a scratching post. And his little house even has some cat ears on the top, which is super cool. Now, the reason these homes exist, according to the devs, is because originally there was an entirely different opening in the Smiling Critters cartoon that was going to contain all of the different critters' houses. And in fact, while they've since deleted the tweet, they've even posted more art concepts for all of these Smiling Critters houses, including Hoppy Hopscotch's house, which looks like a carrot because of course they are a rabbit, Kickin' Chickens, which looks like a little chicken coop, Crafty Corns, that looks like a castle, Bobby Bear Hugs, which is shaped like a beehive, and bears are known for liking honey, Picky Piggies is a barn with mud because they are of course a pig, and finally Bubba Bubbafin's home is a little nature hut since of course they are an elephant. And while these are all cut content from the Smiling Critters cartoon, I actually really like the designs of all of them, and I hope that maybe they could find their way somehow in Chapter 3, but I doubt it. In some more interesting Smiling Critters updates, recently somebody on their Discord server asked the developers what their thoughts were on the character Hoppy Hopscotch, getting the response a little bit annoying but bearable. And while this isn't really much of an update, what I found odd about this is that we've heard the developers talk all about multiple other Smiling Critters and their personalities before. For instance, saying that some of the characters we are going to hate, while for others like Picky Piggy, they said fans of them who theme their profiles about them will regret it for some reason, suggesting that outside of just the Smiling Critters cartoon, all of these characters are going to have some type of appearance and personality inside of Chapter 3. Maybe their in-game monster versions could talk to us like Dog Day, or perhaps there could be more episodes to the Smiling Critters cartoon itself. I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. In the meantime though, last June we got an official remaster for Chapter 1 that improved the graphics and fixed some bugs, which was pretty nice. However, since then people have been wondering when or if Chapter 2 will get a remaster of its own. In fact, somebody even asked the developers about a remaster for Chapter 2, getting the response that it's coming soon, confirming the update is being worked on, and they even told us that it's going to contain some new game improvements, bug fixing, and localization. So expect that to come within the next few weeks or months, maybe not until Chapter 3 releases, but that will be super exciting either way. Plus, another side addition to the Poppy franchise was just added in the Poppy Playtime Monsters and Mortals update that recently released into that game, adding Kissy Missy and a Huggy Wuggy skin variant, which I am yet to play, nor do I really plan on playing because it's only a limited event and people have said it's relatively disappointing, especially since characters like Boxy Boo were supposed to be in the game, but check it out if you're interested. The next piece of news is, over the past couple weeks, the developers have finally dropped Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 onto Nintendo Switch and PlayStation, making them the first consoles to get the game. But what about people playing on Xbox? Well, the devs actually made a statement regarding the matter, saying, "We were having issues with Xbox regarding some specific conditions to upload the game. We will try to launch it ASAP, but it might be later than sooner. We are sorry." Also saying the Xbox version is done, but they just can't upload it yet for some reason, meaning the game is in fact coming to Xbox at some point in the future, just likely not for a decent amount of time. However, at least on the bright side, with the game's console release, the developers dropped a whole new console version of the Chapter 1 gameplay trailer from a couple years ago, which when watching simply looks like a slightly more upgraded version from the first trailer. However, what makes this interesting is that the text that we see in the background of the trailer has changed quite a bit, with us in certain frames being able to see text in the background that reads things like, "Huggy's coming to a store near you. Your new favorite stuffed friend hugs and consoles all those who need it." And the Playtime Co factory time and time again innovated without ever compromising. However, it has come to our blank. But during the last couple scenes of said trailer, there is a bunch of text scrolling in the back that is super cut off and confusing. But when looking and analyzing all this text, while a lot of it is missing, it roughly spells out, In the unlikely event of a blank storage B, proceed to blank all straps are securely blank, outline employee training blank. Please note that at no point blank. Doing so could result in blank. Playtime Co is not liable for blank occurred from improper use of blank or company equipment. To blank the desired route, keep blank. So like a good 50% of this message is completely blanked out, but notice it makes references to things like storage B, straps, and some sort of employee training guide, all of which seem to be references to last year's Kissy Missy VHS tape restricted relocation that shows an employee training guide on how to strap down and move a monster from storage B. So perhaps this blanked out message could be filled out and built to be some sort of message in the future relating to storage B, or it could maybe even be a clue to something we see in chapter 3. I don't know, but if you need some Poppy Playtime homework, try to fill out all of these blanks, because after literally hours of trying and researching, I couldn't come up with anything concrete myself. Moving on, recently a bunch of updates have been given out about chapter 3 that you've probably already seen and I haven't reported on, such as a supposed leaked chapter 3 trailer release date of January 12th, and even this leaked photo of Huggy Wuggy in chapter 3. But I want to totally clarify that these are all completely fake, and any Twitter accounts or even content creators that are spreading these images around as true is completely lying and is trying to trick you into interacting. And with how much fake stuff has been spread around recently, I honestly for now just suggest following mobs accounts to ensure that everything you're getting is official, or just subscribe to this channel. But speaking of which, on the bright side, we actually did get some mini answers to one of the biggest questions we've had about Poppy Playtime so far, being what happened to Huggy Wuggy. Since after he took his big fall in chapter 1, he's been teased at returning multiple times in games, especially with chapter 3 and new teasers, including his own spot in the gameplay trailer as a new model. So outside of the fake stuff, what is going on? Well, recently one of the Poppy developers during a discussion in their Discord server posted saying, most questions you have will be answered in chapter 3, which already makes me hopeful we get some answers, because like I said, the biggest question we are wanting answers for is where in the world did Huggy go? So this seemingly confirms we will get some answers relating to Huggy, and the developers, for better or worse, even gave us a clue when somebody made a joke about Huggy where the developers responded, he's dead. Which, excuse my complete overanalyzing here, because this likely means nothing, but in my opinion, if anything, this could be the developers slightly hinting to us that Huggy is of course dead, even elaborating saying, I don't know, that fall seemed pretty hard from chapter 1. So not very hopeful answers from the developers, although to be honest, I wouldn't take this as any sort of serious confirmation, because I doubt the developers would reveal something this big in some random Discord text, so take this with a big grain of salt, because it could be trolling. Although contradicting this, there is still a ton of evidence that suggests he is going to be in chapter 3, such as his previously mentioned multiple appearances and references, or the fact that the shrine that has all of the toys' dead bodies, including Mommy Longlegs from chapter 2, doesn't even have Huggy. There is this little one here that is smaller than PJ, so it's not the bigger body from chapter 1, meaning he either died and wasn't collected by the prototype, or he never even died in the first place. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. One final piece of news while I'm making this video is that recently the developers have started getting active on social media again now that their winter break is over. And so since we know for a fact that a new chapter 3 trailer is dropping in 3 weeks at the latest before January ends, that means, like every other person in the community has speculated, we should be expecting some sort of update here literally any day now or any hour. And as I've mentioned in other videos, this will likely be the time we get the final official release date, but to learn more about that, check out this video.